everyone, welcome back to Story Time with me. Have you guys ever owned any pets before? Well, I have two dogs and three cats, so we have a total five pets in our house. And the one dog that we have right now is a real handful. So today's story for World Pet Day is going to be "Which Pet Should I Get" by Dr. Seuss. And if you all have this book at home, you can come read along with me. So what's going to be today's story is going to be. What pet should I get? So without further ado, let's get on to it. And I wonder what the two pets, wonder what pet the boy and the girl are going to get. Let's find out. We want a pet. We want a pet. What kind of pet should we get? See, there they are right here. They're at the pet store trying to figure out what pet should they get. Dad said we can have one. Dad said he would pay. I went to the pet show. I went there with Kay, and so we went in. See, there they go inside the pet store. So let's see what kind of pets they found and gives them an idea. I took one fast look. I saw a fine dog who shook hands, so we shook. I said I want him, but then Kay saw a cat. She gave it a pat, and she said I want that. Then Kay said, "Now, do you think now what do you think we should do?" Dad said to pick one. We cannot take home two. So look, there's a boy and the girl petting the dog and the cat, and it is kind of difficult to choose which pet to get, but you have to find the right one that suits you. Then, what do you know? We saw two other kinds. Now, how could Kay and I make up our minds? A pup and a kitten? They look like good fun. Now, which would we pick? We could only pick one. And see, look. That's and like I said, that's the hardest decision to choose. The cat or the dog, the kitten, the pup? Oh boy, it is something to make up a mind. Yep. That's the only thing. Make up your mind. So. Then I look all around. I saw something with wings. I said, "Look at him. We could pick one that sings." But then, "Look over there," said my sister Kay. "We can go home with a rabbit today." And see, look, there's a boy pointing the bird, and there's his sister pointing at a bunny rabbit with ears. So I wonder. That's what I mean. I wonder what pet they're gonna get. And I looked at Kay. I said, "What will we do?" I said, "All the pets I see, so do you. We had to pick one pet, pick it out soon. You know, Mother told us we'd be back by noon." See, they're trying to figure out what they're going to do. Make up their minds. So let's see what happens. And I could have done it. I could have said, "What pet should we get?" But you know what Kate did. See, and I wonder what they're going. I wonder what his sister's going to do. So let's see. Do you know what she did? She said, "Fish, fish, fish, fish. It may be a fish. Is the pet that we wish." Look at all the fish swimming around, and something's fishy going on here. So I wonder if they're gonna choose a dog, a cat, a pup, a kitten, a bunny, a rabbit, a dog, a pet, a bird. Let's just see. Then I saw a new kind, and they were good too. How could I pick one? Now what should we do? We can only pick one. That is what my dad said. But how can I make up that mind in my head? And see, look. They're just deciding. There's just no other choices. So let's see what happens. Pick a pet fast. Pick one out soon. Mother and Dad said to be home by noon. Yep, that's the hardest decision. You gotta make up your mind. So the time may be now to make up my mind, but who knows what other good pets I might find. I might find a new one of that kind of thing. Who would fly around my head in a ring on a string? Yes, but that would be fun. But Our house is so small. This thing on the string will bump into the wall. My mother, I know. I know we're not like that at all. Yep. See, look. That's why, you had to choose carefully to choose a pet. So maybe some other good kind of pet, and another kind maybe is what we should get. We might find a new kind, a pet where it is tall, a tall pet with fits in the space that is small. My mother might like this pet best of them all. See, that's this one right here, like a weird looking creature with long legs and fit underneath the desk. That is really, really weird. If we had a big tent, then we would be able to take home a yent. Dad would like us to have a good yent, but how do I know he would pay for a tent? So you see how it is when you pick a pet. How can you make up your mind what to get? See, look, there's the yent in the tent. So you gotta make up your mind for that. But what if we took one of each kind of pet? Then our house would be full of pets we would get. No, Dad would be mad. We can only have one. If we do not choose, we would end up with none. See, as you can see right here, they're just still deciding. That's the hardest part. That's the hardest part, choosing which pet to get. I would do it right now. I would do it, I said. I will make up my mind, and that is up in my head. The dog or the rabbit, the fish or the cat. I pick one out fast, and that was that. See, there they go inside the pet shop, and I wonder what's inside the basket. So that is today's story of what pet should I get. Hey, if you guys ever think of getting a pet, choose carefully and find the right one that suits you. So I hope you enjoyed today's story. Bye, everyone.